There is a silent attraction killer that ruins more connections than rejection, bad looks, or saying the wrong thing. And most people never notice it happening. It is not being too shy. It is not being too nice. It is not even texting too much. The silent attraction killer is this: needing every interaction to prove that you matter. The moment you start needing her reply, her attention, her smile, or her approval to feel confident, the energy between you changes. You may still say the right words. You may still look confident on the outside, but underneath it, she can feel that you are waiting for her to decide how you should feel about yourself. And that is where attraction slowly starts disappearing. Because attraction grows when someone feels like they are meeting a person with a full life, a clear identity, and emotional control. But it fades when they feel like they have become responsible for your mood. Let me explain. Imagine two men talking to the same woman. The first man sends a message. She does not reply for a few hours. He starts checking his phone. He rereads the conversation. He wonders if he said something wrong. Then he sends another message just to make sure she saw it. When she finally replies, he instantly feels relieved. Now the second man sends a message too. She does not reply for a few hours. He notices it, but he continues with his day. He has work, friends, goals, things he enjoys, and other priorities. When she replies, he is happy to hear from her. But he was never sitting there waiting for her response to save his day. Both men may like the same woman. Both may be interested. But one feels emotionally heavy. The other feels emotionally free. And people are naturally drawn toward emotional freedom. There is a psychological principle behind this. People can feel when you are emotionally dependent on their attention. They may not say it directly. They may not even understand why they feel uncomfortable, but they start feeling pressure. If you are anxious, tense, desperate, or always looking for reassurance, that emotion begins to affect the person around you. And when someone feels pressure, they usually create distance. This is why attraction can disappear, even when you are doing everything right. You compliment her. You respond fast. You make time for her. You try to be supportive. You avoid making mistakes. But slowly, you stop being a person she enjoys discovering. And you become a person who is always trying to earn a place in her life. Attraction is not built by constantly proving your value. It is built when your value is visible without you begging people to recognize it. Now, this does not mean you should become cold. It does not mean you should ignore someone you like. And it does not mean you should play childish games. It means you need to stop making one person the center of your emotional world before they have earned that position. A woman should add to your life. She should not become your entire life. Because when she becomes your entire focus too early, every small thing becomes a big thing. If she replies late, you feel rejected. If she cancels plans, you feel disrespected. If she talks to another guy, you feel threatened. If she seems distant for one day, you start trying harder. And now you are no longer responding to reality. You are reacting to fear. Fear of losing her. Fear that you are not enough. Fear that someone else will take your place. And fear makes people behave in ways that quietly destroy attraction. They over-explain. They over-text. They over-give. They ask for reassurance. They become jealous. They become available at every second. They try to fix every small change in energy. But the more you chase certainty, the less attractive you become. Because confidence is not knowing that everyone will choose you. Confidence is knowing you will still be okay if they do not. Think about the people you find most attractive in life. They are not always the loudest people. They are not always the richest, funniest, or best-looking people. But they usually have one thing in common. They are not trying to force you to like them. They are comfortable with themselves. They can enjoy a conversation without needing it to become something more. They can show interest without losing control. They can walk away from disrespect without creating drama. They do not need to convince everyone of their worth. And that creates a powerful feeling. Because when someone does not desperately need your approval, their attention feels more valuable. Now here is where many men get confused. They hear this and think, so I should act unavailable. No, you should not act unavailable. You should actually have a life that makes you naturally less available. There is a huge difference. Acting unavailable means ignoring messages just to create tension. Having a life means you are genuinely busy building something that matters to you. Acting mysterious means pretending you do not care. Being emotionally grounded means you care, but you do not lose yourself. One is manipulation, the other is self-respect, and women can usually feel the difference. If you reply late because you are trying to punish her, that energy feels childish. If you reply later because you are working, training, spending time with friends, or focusing on your goals, that energy feels natural. You're not trying to make her chase. You are simply not abandoning your own life to chase her. That is what creates balance. Here is a simple example. She says she is busy this weekend. A needy man says, okay, what about Saturday night, or Sunday, or next week? When are you free? Please let me know. He keeps pushing because he is afraid the opportunity will disappear. A grounded man says, no problem. Let me know when you have a free day and we can plan something. Then he continues with his life. Notice the difference. The grounded man is not angry. He is not rude. He's not trying to prove a point. He simply refuses to chase someone who is not matching his effort. That is not arrogance. That is emotional discipline. The silent attraction killer is not caring too much. It is caring so much that you abandon your standards, your peace, and your identity. You start agreeing with everything she says. You stop expressing your real opinions. You become afraid to disappoint her. You laugh at things you do not find funny. You accept behavior that you do not like. You give more than you receive. And eventually, she stops seeing the real you. She sees a version of you that was created to keep her interested, but nobody can stay attracted to a performance forever. Eventually, the mask slips, the insecurity comes out, the resentment builds, and the connection becomes exhausting. So what should you do instead? Stop treating every interaction like a test. If she replies slowly, do not immediately assume you are losing her. If she has a bad day, do not assume it is about you. If she needs space, do not chase her into that space. Let people show you where they stand over time. Match effort instead of forcing effort. If she is engaged, be engaged. If she is distant, do not double your energy trying to pull her closer. Pay attention. Attraction should not feel like one person dragging the entire connection forward. Protect your routine. Keep your goals. Keep your friendships. Keep your hobbies. Keep building your body, your skills, your money, your mind, and your purpose. Not because you want to impress her, but because a strong life gives you emotional stability. And emotional stability is attractive. Remember this. The right person should make you feel interested, not insecure. Excited, not obsessed. Curious, not desperate. You do not need to become colder to become more attractive. You need to become more centered. Because the moment you stop needing someone else to validate your value, your presence changes. Your words become calmer. Your decisions become stronger. Your attention becomes more meaningful. And people begin to feel something different around you. Not pressure, not desperation, not neediness, but quiet confidence. And that is the kind of energy people remember. If you want more videos about attraction, confidence, and human psychology, subscribe to the channel. Because the next video will explain why chasing clarity from someone who is inconsistent can make you lose your power without even realizing it.